We are back. Welcome back, friends. So, this video is actually something that is near and dear to my heart because, okay, the dog decides to be in the video today. I don't know what he's doing. But, anyways, this video is near and dear to my heart because it involves all the people closest to me. And I thought it was fun to do because you really get to see what people are thinking. So, let's talk about how I decided to give my friends an end of the year survey to rate me. Let's see the results. All right. So, we decided on this because I recently read the book We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers. I think is her name. Yes, Rachel Rogers. She's an attorney, she's a mom, she's a millionaire. And parts of me living my best life and doing the things that I want to do in life. Yes, Rachel Rogers. This is the book. Oops. Okay, backtrack. Anyways, so the reason why I gave my friends this survey is because one of Rachel's clients actually did their own version of this same survey. And it really allowed them to evaluate the relationships that they're in. So I was like, I get feedback all the time at work. It's 2022 on the way. December for me is a very pivotal month in my head. Bo, please sit down. It's a very pivotal month for me just because I try to do all the things that everybody does in January and December because I've determined by the end of December that I don't want to do them anymore, if that's the case. So, yes, honey. Okay, whatever. So I decided to give them this survey, and I thought it was a great idea because it also allows people to give you feedback on how you are as a person. Do know that I did ask my partner, was I a good person? I don't know what was wrong. When it's that time of the month, things start to go a little haywire. But I definitely was like, let me see what people I consider close friends think of me. So this is what the survey looks like. This is from my point of view when I tried to preview it. So this is what the survey looks like. You don't have to answer any question you don't want to, which for the most part, everybody answered a question. So inner circle, primary friend, friend, companion, and acquaintance were my options because I was like, okay, either I talk to you every day, you know all the dumb things, or the non intellectual decisions I make. I'm trying to figure out where the dog went. You consider me like somebody you would call. Then we're like, okay, we're cool. And then, we have a shared activity, and then we talk here and there. So I thought about it in terms of like, who would you invite to your wedding? So like this person, definitely life of the party, always would have been invited. This and like inner friend or inner circle was one of those, like, if I invited you to my wedding and you didn't show up, my feelings was gonna be hurt, and I would know if you wasn't there, type thing. That's what inner circle was. The primary friend was like, oh, if I invite you, like, my feelings are gonna be a tad hurt, but I can understand if, like, if I give you a +1, if you don't bring a +1 because you feel like, that's not your place. Inner circle is also the people that basically will be like in the wedding party, in my opinion. Friend is like, you don't get a +1, you got an invitation, cool. Companion is like, depending on which way the water runs that way, like you may or may not get a wedding invitation. And then acquaintance is like, you won't get a wedding invitation, but I'll definitely talk to you about the things that are happening. Yeah, that's how I thought about it. And so we asked, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of me? Then we did a rate scale, as we can see. So I asked about my intelligence because I personally enjoy being smart. I do. And if I seem non-intelligent, I need my friends to tell me. Okay. How helpful am I? How arrogant I am. Because funny thing is, a kid told me that I was arrogant and my feelings weren't hurt. But then somebody said, like, I don't know where I was. It was like, man, it's always them Aries that are arrogant. I'm guessing the person they were with was an Aries. And I was like, hold up, like, who said we arrogant? So I was like, let me just ask. Then my warmness. The kids have definitely told me that I am not the person you go to cry, which I could understand. Friendliness, that's self-explanatory. Ability to relate, just because I think sometimes in our heads we think we're relating, but we're really not. Judgmental. I have been called judgmental before, so I really wanted to see that one. And then the last question that wasn't rating on this page, at least, or this section, was anything else positive or negative you like to share about Alexis' current impression. So this is all current. So the scale was 1, you are absolutely horrible. So like if they were doing intelligence, it was like 1, you are absolutely not smart. 10 is like, oh yeah, girl, you intelligent. Like, come on, teach me something. That's how I thought about it. Okay. The next section was rating 2. And so same scale, 1 to 10, you know, I'm going to reuse this survey, so the questions aren't going to change. So Alexis provides intellectual stimulation. So that means I can hold a conversation and I can make you think, and I'm going to push you, not what we're experiencing now where people don't use critical thinking skills. Okay. Alexis get things done. I provide useful advice about challenges. So like the person reading this would think like, does Alexis provide useful advice towards my issues? That's how they think about that question. Alexis likes to reminisce. Alexis provides emotional support when needed. Alexis is passive. Alexis is negative. Alexis is reliable. I scroll past. Alexis is someone I get value from spending time with. Then an introvert in me likes to know if like you're bothered by spending time with me or if I'm doing too much, because my love language is quality time. Then I ask more open-ended questions. What is one or more things that Alexis does that you love? Because I want to continue the positive things. You know, as a teacher, we continue to do the good things that work and we scratch all the other stuff. Then I asked the opposite question, but I asked what was annoying or frustrating. Because if I said, what are some things that you do that Alexis hate? What are some things that Alexis does that you hate? That sometimes like people don't want to answer that. So I feel like if I use the word annoying or frustrating, like you still love me even though you're frustrated with me, or you still care about me even though I'm annoying you. I tell my students that all the time. Plus it was more on brand for me to say that's annoying because I say that often. Then I asked what are some things I do best. So it could be like, you know, I'm great at making sure you get gas every week. My partner does that for me, so I appreciate it. What does Alexis do poorly? Again, open-ended question. And then I said, any last remarks? Okay. Now, this last section I thought was pretty funny because Alex, my line sister and one of my closest friends, really did try me because she was like, why'd you ask everybody's birthday? You forgot somebody's birthday? Slightly, maybe. I ain't never gonna tell them who, but I just wanted to make sure because in the past I have done like birthday cards and like holiday cards. So I just want to make sure I have everybody's birthday. Because I'm not gonna say I remember everything. I remember my partner's birthday because I've known that man forever. And if I did not remember his birthday, that'd be an issue. And then I said, what is something that makes you feel valued as a friend? Because I am trying to continue to practice loving people in the way they want to be loved, not the way that I'm loved. You know, being in a relationship, you have to love your partner the way that they like to be loved. So like my love language is physical touch. DT's love language is not physical touch at all, but he loves me enough to hold my hand, give me a hug, kiss me on the cheek, put his hand on my knee while he's driving. Things like that just warms my soul. It makes me feel love. Whoop de whoop. Versus we do share quality time, but I have to be careful because I feel like quality time sometimes is me laying in the same bed as you, but I'm asleep. And his version of quality time is you're up and you're moving and you're talking to me, right? And then his other one, let's see, there's acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and gift giving. Neither one of us have gift giving. I have physical touch. Both of us have quality time. Oh, acts of service is his other one. If I remember correctly. Yes, he has a hint of word of affirmations. But that's where I got that from, because we use the Gottman love deck for us. And then my last question was, what is one way I can show up for you in this current season or the future? I think I have a very good mix of people. I have some friends that are, the dog started walking random places. I have some friends that are like super planners like me. Then you have some that are not. And you have to love people where they are and how they operate. And so, like, again, being with DT, I am the super planner. He's like, I plan for the gist of it and that's it. So, that is how that operates. So, on to the results. Okay, so this is all the responses. So I did open it in a spreadsheet. Some people put their names, some people didn't, but some of the commentary, I knew who it was and I just kind of laughed, but it's okay. So I sent out 25, I think, maybe 20. It was either 25 or 20, in that range somewhere, to people that I consider my circle. And when I say circle, there's the inner circle, the middle, and then the outer. And the outer is that rim where we're like, all right, like everybody else outside of that does not matter. So these are like 25 people that I consider to really in some way know me or connect with me really well, versus the rest of the world where I'm like, peace out, I don't really want to talk to you. I'm working on it, but these people matter. So that's all that matters to me. So according to out of the 15 responses, so we see that I'm mostly considered a friend, which is fine. So like this person might invite me to their wedding. Their feelings might be a tad hurt, but I could, if I didn't show up, but I could take them to lunch to make up for it, right? I want to tell y'all about this acquaintance one though. This is DT's response, because he said to me, I didn't know how to answer. Dude, put inner circle. That's what I would have put. But I love my mans. But he really tried it, because he was like, oh yeah, acquaintance. Who chooses acquaintance for their partner? I'm like, dude, we've been friends way too long and we've been dating like way too long. That's childish. No. The next highest was inner circle, and then the one after that was primary friend. If we count DT's purple thing, and he's an omega, so it on brand. So let's see, 6.7. So friend is still the highest, because then if we add DT to inner circle, I would have 6 responses, which is okay. Like I thought that this would pan out for the people that responded. This panned out exactly how I thought of. So the first question was some things that come to mind. One of my friends, aka Erin, said the dog is the first thing. The dog. Seriously, the dog. But anyways, we can see like some people comment with my last name. You see that my family, aka my godson's mother, aka my sister, she responded. So she was answering for 2 people. I'm excited. A video on the baby shower is actually going to be uploading soon. So intelligence, a lot of people said I was intelligent, so that was great. So I'm just gonna scroll kind of through the impression ones. So the arrogance one didn't bother me, but it is very eye-opening, because I do know that sometimes I do come off arrogant, but I don't know until somebody tells me, because my intellect, like literally in my head, is like a movie. Like I am so like focused on what I'm talking about, I don't realize sometimes when I am sounding super arrogant. So there's that. I'm actually genuinely surprised about the warmness. I don't think I'm the warmest person in the world. So the fact that I've got 5 or higher, I think I'm doing okay. Friendliness actually surprised me, because a lot of people when they first met me were like, I didn't think I'd be friends with you. And I'd be like, okay. And I think all of them have told me that in some way, shape, or form. But then I also wonder, because, you know, data, you have to wonder about the stipulations. I wonder how many people thought about outside people. So like if they were to bring me around other friends, how friendly I would be. Ability to relate. Apparently I do really well with that. I thought I would have done a lot worse because a lot of times I am like, yeah, I can't relate to that. I don't know how to engage and I'm checking out. Judgmental. So remember that one, this is the absolute worst. Or you do this a lot and that's really bad. And then 10 was like, oh wait, no. Judgmental was the one that I think I should have made an open-ended question. That was that one. Because I forgot how in my head I set up this question. Like, am I not? It's 1 being you are not judgmental at all. 10 being, no, it's the opposite. Okay, I can't remember. So I'm not going to throw out this question, but I will say, like, these people know me. So like, I do be judging. My Myers-Briggs personality type, I'm an ISTJ. So the judging part does not. And I know it's a impact. So my intent is not to judge, but my impact is that I'm judging, you know, intent versus impact. So there's that. A lot of friends did enjoy that I did this because they were like, oh wait, this is cool. Ouch, that hurt. The answer that says I wish you were more arrogant to other people, I had to ask this person why they said it like that, because I was like, well, isn't arrogance a bad thing? And I think it's when I think they were more so trying to tell me, or actually I do know because I had this conversation. They wish I was more arrogant because I know what I'm talking about. And when I second guess myself, that is when my confidence lowers. So I had to have that clarification. So I don't think arrogance might be the best word, but in this case, you know, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna flaunt my stuff. Honestly, I'm gonna pop that. All right, cool. So yeah. A lot of people enjoy conversations with me. I get things done. I don't like for things not to be done and it bothers me. The only caveat to that is that if it's only dealing with me and I'm the only person who sees like value in it, then it's fine. But other people, if it got to deal with other people, then it got to be done. I give useful advice. Thanks, friends. I like to reminisce. I actually thought this would be flipped because sometimes I'd be like, what's so great about looking in the past? Like I was a hot mess. What about you? That type of thing. Emotional support, it surprised me a little bit. I thought I would have more 5s just because sometimes when like things get really emotionally heated, I like block everything. Just saying. So I guess therapy has helped with that one. I'm not passive according to my friends. Well, majority of my friends. I think at sometimes I'd be saying stuff under my breath and I just don't say anything. And it can seem passive. So my friends don't think I'm negative. I can get super negative and be like, yeah, that's wrong. Or no, this is wrong because, or no, you shouldn't do that because XYZ. Like I'm working on it with my therapist. So I'm glad everybody thinks I'm reliable. I'm glad they value spending time with me. The one that, so on this question, the one thing that people loved was the randomness. So as much as I enjoy schedules, I do schedule my life and forget to sometimes interact with other people, which is why I also sent this to my friends because they're like, what? And it was the mail. So the handwritten cards thing I did pre-COVID when I was in college because I used to write notes for campaigns. So when we would do like come to Georgia campaigns or things like that, we would always like handwrite them in a sense. And so I took that to my friends, you know, with birthdays, holidays, things like that. Then when I moved to Tulsa, when COVID first hit, I was like, I need to mail people cards because I can't party like I used to. Like my liver not the same, my people not here, things like that. And I was still getting adjusted. And this comment, your memory is impeccable. I always think my memory is really bad, and I think I get that from teaching because there is so much going on during the day that I'm just like, okay, I don't know what to do, or dang, I forgot that, or where are my keys, or where's my phone, or who is supposed to be here, who. And the kids take a lot of the classroom jobs when it comes to like bathroom passes and stuff like that. But this was really nice for me to see that my memory is really good because I remember the little things. So that was nice. And I bring people together. So I think it's really hard for me to bring people together sometimes because I'm like, my friends are childish. Like they talk about folks if you don't sit right with them, like they'll tell you straight up. And I think what I need to do more of is continue to bring people together because I do value relationships. So yeah. Okay, one of my line sister answered this one. So funny story. I accidentally cut off the picture. So I was trying to scale it and I was rushing because I was trying to hurry up and go to my class. And I accidentally cut off my line sister in the picture. And I didn't realize it until she told me. And so that's why her comment is leave me off the controversial post. I still love you, Jay, but I'm just saying. I need to go visit my friend's mom. So her hometown is about an hour from where my mom grew up. And so I need to go visit them because honestly, that's an easy drive at this point because I've done 12 to Oklahoma. Let's see. Has to go to sleep. Y'all, I love to sleep. Sleep is like what keeps me sane. And so it's just y'all, the dog is eating my sock, but it's okay. But it's just one of those things. I have to go to sleep. But I try to stay up. I really do be trying, but it's hard. I can be very shady. If you ask, like, people who don't know me, they think I'm very, very shady. And so my friends realize that, oh, it's sarcasm sometimes, but that's also how I relate. So I'm working on it in therapy and I'm not excusing bad behavior. It's just very interesting to think about all the instances where it was shade involved. And I'm like, oh, like if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I had my own Real Housewives of Atlanta tagline. Yes. And one of my dearest line sisters we always write in dissertation mode. That's what I call it when it's very dense. So yeah. I am upfront. If I don't like you, I'll tell you. And that my therapist tells me I need to work on my delivery, but sometimes it's like we can't be friends. I don't care. These answers were all over the place because there are only 10 responses for these open-ended questions. Because I mean, you didn't have to answer every question. Self-care was a good one. Again, my partner also did this survey, so it's very interesting to see how he views me. So yeah. And Erin, aka Cardi, as her nephews call her, did this one. She always types in caps. I don't know why. And then Erin, okay, so me and Erin bonded over Beyonce. She thinks I'm buying tickets. She's buying the tickets. I don't care what she says. And then my partner answered one of these and I thought was hilarious. So I'm not gonna show his response though. Yeah, and then this is the optional section at this point. So people's like birthdays are on here. So I don't want to do that. The dog is eating my sock, y'all. So yeah, apparently all my friends want me to FaceTime them more often. But when I FaceTime them, they don't be answering. But it's okay.
There we have it. I think that this exercise was really good. Extremely good.
because I think it gave my friends the opportunity to, one, determine where I fit in their life, which is totally fine. You know, you move throughout people's lives. I definitely expect for everybody else to respond at some point, hopefully before the new year, because I would just like to see. But if they don't, it's okay too. I'm not gonna hold it against them. But I really enjoyed this because I was able to see where my friends hold me, see things I could work on, and also determine like what just won't be me. There weren't any like super big trends on the negative side. My friends are not afraid to hurt my feelings, so that's fine. Um, but I think that this is really good for people to take inventory. It's December. We're like, all right, like, let's figure out what we're doing. And I think when it comes to December, January, February, the end of quarter four, the beginning of quarter one in the new year, I think it's very important for people to evaluate their lives. Even though I'm a person that does that always, I think that this is a very like in the year type feel. So like when my friends are like, oh, she's pulling folks together again, that's because I want to congregate and to feel love. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit subscribe on the channel so that you don't miss another one. Click like or dislike if you didn't like this video. Let me know in the comments some other things you guys would like to see. We do have some upcoming videos about like day in the life as a teacher, day in the life, what teachers do on the weekends, random things like that, but so on brand for me. So drop in the comments some things that you liked about this video, some things that you thought were pretty cool, some things that, you know, you might do with your friends. Make sure you hit the bell so you never miss a video and share it. Talk about it. Let's build community. Thanks for watching.